Hello everyone and welcome to All Lore Larpers. First things first, let me introduce myself. I am Rez and I am an aspiring lore master for Warhammer 40,000. I am dedicating this channel to my journey and answering the questions where asked. I aim to convey honest lore where so many others lie or pass off fake lore as fact. To ensure my own lore accuracy when covering a topic, I'll be reading or listening to whatever I need to ensure my own accuracy on any given question, and you guys get to watch it with whatever gameplay I feel like that specific day. Today, we start with this question here. Do we ever see nice Chaos Marines, or are they all just bad dudes? And the answer is yes, in a few select cases. The Red Corsairs. The most obvious answer to this question for me came from the Red Corsairs, more specifically in the book Huron Blackheart, Master of the Maelstrom. It expressly stated that there is freedom of worship within the ranks of the Red Corsairs, with Huron Blackheart being a lot more concerned with their loyalty to him rather than who his followers worship, notably shown throughout this book with the character of Griza Dalax, a young member of the Adeptus Mechanicus who is given jurisdiction over free Castellan robots. When given the offer to join the Red Corsairs by Huron personally, as he saw Castellans as a useful asset at some point down the line, something he does actually use later on in the book. She chooses to accept his offer. Instead of turning to Chaos, however, she remained in the worship of the Omnissiah and the Machine God, something Huron states that he had no care for as long as she was loyal to him. I haven't read much in the way of the Red Corsairs content. Masters of the Maelstrom was a fine read. I hope that the recent campaign book, The Maelstrom, turns out to be better. Not really an example of Chaos Marines being kind, but it's also them being a lot more open than you would expect to worship, even in this case. Worship of the Emperor, pretty much. The Iron Warriors of Clostra. One of the more unknown cases for most people occurs during Book 3 of War of the Beast, being the Emperor expects. This book shows us the world of Clostra being assaulted by an orc attack moon. This world, however, was being actively defended by a large sect of the Iron Warriors Legion, led by a veteran of the heresy, this being Warsmith Calcator. There are still Chaos Marines, they chose to protect the civilians of Clostra instead of leaving them to die. That to me reads as them being at least slightly altruistic, even if it is towards a certain end goal. Whether that be resources, new recruits, whatever. I haven't read further in War of the Beast than that book, because it's really poorly written, just to be completely transparent there. The Daughter of Abaddon. Now, I must say this one's a bit more of a stretch than these other examples here, but it shows that at least to an extent, Chaos Marines aren't entirely heartless. During the book Fall of Cadia, we are introduced to the character Morcar, found aboard the Blackstone Fortress Will of Eternity. Being born aboard the Blackstone Fortress, she would be changed and altered by the Black Legion to take the role of pilot for the Will of Eternity. Throughout the book, Abaddon refers to her as his daughter, though this was clearly conditional affection, with several scenes in the book showing Abaddon raging at her for failing to control the might of the Will of Eternity. Ultimately, she is tasked with giving her own life in the act of crashing the Will of Eternity onto the surface of Cadia, winning Abaddon the battle. Once more, not really a case of Chaos Marines being overly nice. I thought this one would be a good just one to add in, because it's a Chaos Marine, the Chaos Marine Abaddon, having a very positive relationship with a mortal, or at least she's a psyker. It's a whole thing. She's engineered, but yeah, it all comes off as very conditional and very fake. But yeah, probably shouldn't have included it, but we're including it anyways. Fuck you. Yeah. So that is that. Now, if you guys have any other examples that you think I've missed, then please go ahead and tell me. There is plenty of Chaos content I haven't read. I am always been a bit more of an Imperial fanboy than Chaos, but what I've read is fun. I must say, however, there has got to be more. This series has been ongoing since, like, the late 80s. If I haven't missed something, I'll be very surprised, so please tell me in the comment section down below, and if you can, cite your source. But for now, this has been All Lore Larpers. I have been your host, Rez. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.